Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education.
Hey guys, it's James the Chart Guys. It's Thursday, June 29th. Going to do my nightly video on gold. So again, gold really right now on the daily has no clear direction. It's shorter term. What we have here is this recent high of 1260. We have this recent low of 1259. And then we set a lower high and a higher low today. So shorter term, what we need to wait for is either a break of this recent low here of 1239.70 that we set today, or a bull break of 1246.70. Not really a bull break. We're just setting a higher high. And once we set a higher high on a pullback, we need to set a higher low above this. And if you're a bear, you want to break the 1239.70, and on any bounce, you want to set a lower high below 1255.70. What I would personally wait for is either this recent break of 1260 or the break of the recent low of 1236.50. As far as the weekly longer term goes, again, we have this long-term downtrend line that we mentioned in gold videos for I don't know how long that we need to break on the weekly. And we are setting higher lows here from this low. So one or two things I'm waiting for is either for bulls to break this uptrend line and close above it. We've broken it, but we haven't been able to close above it yet. And would like to really see a break of this recent high of 1298.80. Really need a break 1300. So we'll see if there's a 1300 break, along with us being able to close above this long-term weekly downtrend line. For bears, what we'd like to see on the weekly is if this is the higher low of 1236.50 established this week, we want to see that break next week, and then we want to set a... Sorry, guys, I have a thunderstorm going on and it cut my computer off, so I don't know where I left off. So let me start here. Again, we have that long-term downtrend line on the weekly. And what we need to do for bulls is to close above 1300 or get to 1300, close above this downtrend weekly line. We've been above it, but haven't been able to close above it. And for the bears, what we want to do is, if today is the higher low here set, we need to break the low next week here of 1236.50 if it holds for the rest of the week. And then we need to break this recent low of 1214.30. And by breaking 1214.30 on the weekly chart, we're setting a lower low on the weekly chart. And that is, to me, will be a bearish trend change on this longer term weekly chart for the midterm at least. As far as the miners go, still waiting for this weekly chart to show me something for a miner position. And let me mention, with the SPY weakness that we saw this week on the big dump on Tuesday, and then we had a bounce yesterday, but the really big dump today, you didn't really see gold bounce, and that's showing me that gold is not being used as a safe haven for market investors, where it's been a traditional safe haven for market volatility and things like that. You didn't really see much bounce in it, so wouldn't count on it as a safety net yet, because I haven't seen any real investors come into the picture here on gold. So anyways, on the senior miners, we have lower highs still and lower lows on this weekly chart. And what I'm going to wait for a long-term trend is I'm going to either wait for a bullish break by setting a higher high on the weekly, and the recent high is here at 2386. So if we break above that, that would be my signal to enter bullish here based on that chart. And my bear, we've been setting lower lows, so even if we set a lower low, I'm not going to be convinced to take a bear bet yet. What I'm going to wait for is a break of this recent low here of 1858, and I will take a bear position there longer term, because you could see, even though I missed a lot of this downside, there was plenty of downside to be had. And what we need to be aware of here is, remember on this dump, we had this dump, then we had some consolidation sideways, dump, consolidation, dump, consolidation, dump. We have this uptrend that we had, but then we dumped here, consolidated, further downside, consolidation, and could be another dump coming here. So we'll see what happens there as this pattern plays out on the weekly. So no position. If you're playing it on the daily, It's not really giving you a signal either way. It's been all over the place, gap ups, filling the gaps. I don't like anything here to really guide me for any type of play. So we're not even oversold or overbought. There's no really signal for me to give you any indication of where this is going to go. I don't even know if I could draw a trend line here or do anything. I guess you have this. That's not even a good one. Draw a little better. Guess you could play this uptrend line here if you'd like, and you could potentially say there's a, depending on how this plays out further out, there could be a downtrend line here on the daily, and we could just be ranging in here. So obviously, if this is the uptrend line, we need to have a green day tomorrow and bounce off this. But I'm not really seeing anything. So if you were a bull and play the daily charts, I would wait for the break of this high here of 2281. And if we break 2281, potentially it'll go for the top of this downtrend line. Or if you're playing bear, I would wait for the break of this recent low here of 2175. That's all I could really tell you on that, on the senior miners chart. No direction for me. Same thing on the junior miners. Not much to tell you. We have a low. We have this high. We have a higher low. We have set a higher high, higher low. So and then we change this by setting a lower high. So not really any trend here either. I'd play either I guess if we break above the high of 34.21, that would be positive for the bulls. If we break below the low of 32.13, it'd be positive for the bears. Still not going to play it based on that. Same thing, weekly chart. Not very convincing to me yet. I need to see either a break of this recent high here of 43.01, or I'm going to wait for the bear break here of this recent low of 29.33. So we have a high, low, lower high, higher low. So I'm going to wait for either this to break or this to break for my position. And what it looks like to me right now, obviously when miners had this big uptrend and then we broke bear from it, we had this pullback, we had some consolidation, pullback, consolidation, pullback, consolidation, pullback, uptrend, bounce, but then pulled back, consolidation, pulling back. Right now, to me, it looks just like sideways movement consolidation for potential another fall. So if we do break the low here of 29.33 on the weekly, I'm going to play it bear, and I won't play it bull until we break this high here of 43.01. I am in no position in miners or gold until there is some longer term trend change that tells me I should take one direction or the other, and that will keep me from being frustrated from daily moves up and down in these crazy ranges. And everything else, I personally think people are just guessing. So until I see a clear trend, I'm not going to play it. It just puts too much risk. There are other better plays out there that are far less riskier right now with better setups. So I will continue to play those. Have a good night and see you tomorrow.